Hello everybody, this is the second in my series of publisher videos for Ascendia Season of the Thargos on Gamefound, and hopefully this will be of use to many of you following us at the moment and to the backers of course in this update, because we ran a survey and I'd like to thank those who participated in that. It's given us a really good insight as to why people have backed, which has been really useful to see and obviously is good for the team, and also very importantly why some you have not backed yet, equally importantly, and I want to address those topics head on really in this session. Of course, the more of you respond to the survey, the more we can address those topics, but I will be mentioning them, every single one of them, in this session. Also, we'll be giving you a run through of the page itself. The Gamefound page is packed with information. Maybe sometimes almost information overload. We've seen it so much that sometimes we get lost in it ourselves. But basically, to try and give you some guidance as to where certain things are when you're looking through the page itself. Also, I'd like to explain why we extended 24 hours the offer to get the free mini expansion, the Glade of Wrath, and also in this session as well, and in this update, you'll be seeing information about the miniatures. So there was a request in a poll a few updates back to see more of the miniatures. We've got some really exciting stuff here. You'll be getting a link down in this update to a PDF tutorial to paint the miniatures, courtesy of Damien Espirou, painter. He's done a great job with the miniatures, you'll see, and basically takes you through all the different steps of painting miniatures from three different levels of finish, for like gaming table level paint jobs all the way through to kind of display one. So it's a really fantastic resource, and hopefully you'll be excited about that. We're also working on the French version of that as well, so the translation's done. It just needs a bit of layout. So but you'll be getting it'll be down in this update. You can get the link to the PDF and get excited about the miniatures, which is in the Marauder pledge, and some of the high tier pledges you have access to the miniatures. Also, we are going to be attending UK Game Expo, which is next week. So for those of you in the UK who will be available, you can come and check out the game firsthand and play it with the design team. We're on the SBG edition stand. That's 2836 in Hall 2 then, and really welcome to come on the stand and get a chance to see the whole thing in action and get a game in. So without any further ado, I'll be addressing first of all some of the topics raised, and once again thank you for those who came back to us. And one of the main trends of areas of concern was around the does this suit my gaming group? Does the game suit my gaming group? Now, first thing, I really love you to have a look at the video that came out overnight from Lola and Sean out of Canada, for example, where they really capture in 10 minutes really well the essence of the game, that it is a family-friendly game, a Gateway Plus game, really accessible, easy to learn, and also the extra layers of difficulty, complexity you can add to the game to suit maybe more seasoned gamers who like more heavyweight games, and so on. And it's interesting also, in the testimonials videos, you'll find them on the page as well. They're in French, but there's subtitles in German, French, and English. Well, French, you already have them, the audio, but in English as well, where one of the gamers there was a more heavyweight gamer, but he found that Ascendia really hit a sweet spot. We feel this too. Easily accessible, but equally easy to get out. Replayability is very high, but also you get your kind of adventuring gaming, the heavier game fix to some degree. It doesn't replace that, and I'm not suggesting it replaces that. I myself like heavy games, Gloomhaven and others, and probably even heavier games than that. But basically, it's easy to play. You still get that kind of RPG adventuring vibe, and you can tailor it. You can adapt the level of complexity. And actually, we're working on visuals and the next update, which will have more information about the kind of more advanced gameplay, plus solo play. That's the other topic that came out in the survey, was solo play. So solo play is, we feel there's kind of two approaches to this. You have some fantastic solo games out there where the game's really trying to mimic, almost recreate the full kind of complexity of an opposing player. That's one approach, and can be fantastic and really suit certain gamers' tastes. We took a different approach. We wanted to have a solo game experience where you could be one against many against up to three other opponents or bots, and the upkeep wasn't heavy. It plays really smoothly, it plays fast, but you still have the tension, you still have the agency, you have all those aspects in there, but it's really easy to manage, and basically you're determining where the opponent goes and what they've done, what they've achieved. You don't drill down to the detail of how did they find a bandit, or did they rid the land of rats or that region of rats. We weren't really interested in that. It's more about the outcome and the kind of the countdown and the pressure building up as you see those opponents build up their renown, and you know they'll be making a move at some stage. So it really works for us. And if you, for example, just to point in the right direction again, you look at Alban Solo's video. Alban Solo's video is really, really good for this as well, where he kind of loved the way it played. And there's also other comments also from Jean-Michel from Deludic, and also Philip himself, the game designer, also has a TTS kind of playthrough video with a solo play. But once again, we find it really works. I'm actually amazed how slick it is, how easy to use it is, but it's not simulating a full-blown opponent. That's not an approach, not how he went about it. But it's kind of hard to convey it actually playing it. But yeah, it's a really solid. It has a really solid solo element to the game itself. Other topics that came up, other concerns around, just a couple around shipping costs again, notably to Australia was one, and fully take that on board. At the moment, the shipping costs are high, but we have a few backers from Australia at the moment, and I'm in discussion with one of them, actually having delivery to them and then redispatching on local kind of rates, so that could come down. We're confident the Australian shipping could come down, possibly also an option for some of the other components come straight from China, but we still have to ship some of the European stuff. So, but we're trying to bring that down, so it's not going to get any worse. I know it's not where you want it to be for Australia, I appreciate that, but it should come down. So once again, if you do back it and then you're not happy when it comes to Pledge Manager and the rates that actually displayed there, you're free to cancel. But we'd love you to back the game and get to Australia. I know that even my nephew's out there, his wife, and they're getting it. For example, they backed it, and there are other people out there also in Australia. Shout out to Paul, he'll know who he is. But yeah, so that aspect. Also, there was concern that people maybe feeling, one person in particular felt we were charging still a lot on the shipping side of things. Well, if you look at the pricing, what we've done, for example, for European cities, there's no charge. It won't suit everybody. If you're not in those cities, of course, or near to them. But we're taking the cost of getting those dispatch points, and then people can pick up in Hamburg, Birmingham, Limassol, Cyprus, and here in the south of France. But also then from there, all the shipping costs were reviewed. Maybe that person didn't look at the shipping costs again, but they are. And if you compare with other campaigns, as we have done as well, and with our logistics partners, they are in the ballpark. In fact, in some regions, for the bigger pledges, we will be subsidising some of the shipping. So hopefully that concern is no longer there. There was also a comment on the price of the STL for the Dice Tower. We brought that down. We reviewed what large STL, large files for large printed items charge elsewhere. This is new for us. It's the first time we're actually doing an STL for sale. And we brought that down as well. So the price of that's come down for that person who was concerned about the price of that. And I'm just thinking if that covered everything. I just have some notes here, so I'll just double check I have nothing more. Someone's obviously backing a lot of other games, which we all get caught, in that. So also sentiment that it feels plays better as a multiplayer game than solo. Hopefully we can address that on the solo side of things. Someone's planning on backing it later. Well, if you're planning on backing it later, please jump on board now, because that's actually a good segue for me. I think I've covered all the other ones. Undecided. The other ones are unsure. It fits my gaming group and about the solo play. With the current average pledge, €139, about 155 US dollars. We need 33 backers. That's 33 backers. So I'm reaching out to that person who intends to back it, was waiting, amongst others. But 33 backers, and this will fund. And once this funds, we can really get into the fun of unlocking a lot of cool stuff. So we really hope that happens sooner the better. So please be aware of that. And another point also, you saw there was the 48-hour deadline to add the Glade of Wrath free mini expansion. I'm actually extending that 24 hours because some people missed the message, some people got that too late, including quite a few existing backers. So please add that to your pledges. It's an add-on as soon as you can. Even if you don't, for whatever reason, I've got the list. I know who's already backed with the dates and everything. So even if you don't worry. Do not worry. You will be getting that freebie. So that has been extended. There's also a couple of people mentioned about the languages on their games on choosing the languages. I'm literally going to be jumping in and making some changes behind the scenes. I'll let you know, but you will be able to make sure you can choose the languages early on. If not, once again, do not worry. We can track these things, and we can, in even the Pledge Manager stage, fix these things as well. So that's really why we extended the 24 hours as well. But equally, it felt a little bit strange to kind of go out with a survey and a request to give us clarification as to why you were holding back at the moment or not decided on going ahead with backing this without providing some of the answers. So it felt a little bit contradictory. On the one hand, there's an incentive to go and back and jump on board, as some already have. And we'd like to thank all those who are already supporting us and making this close to reality. We're nearly 80%. We're that close, guys. We're really that close. But it just didn't feel right. So that's why there's an extension. Plus, we'll hopefully address these concerns. So there's the video to check out for Lola and Sean. The other videos I mentioned reference solo play, the more advanced play. We're going to have an update in the next couple of days around the some of the advanced play or more advanced play, let's say, aspects and focus on solo as well. But if you're still stuck, still concerned, literally reach out to me directly as well. My email address has been floating around on the comments, but I'll repeat it again. It's contact@S for Sarah, B for Bertie, G for Golf, SBG, or Sierra Bravo Golf, for those who know that kind of alphabet, editions, plural.com. So contact@sbgeditions.com. That goes straight to me, Chris Loizou, and I'll respond directly. I'd also like to thank those who responded to my follow-up emails when they cancelled their pledges, and half of them pledged again. So really thank you for taking the time to come back and give me a reason why you cancel your pledge. And once again, a massive thank you to them for making the effort just to respond. Half of you did, and all of those people I spoke with have actually pledged again. So, and you know where you are, in Italy and France and a few other places, or another place. That's great. I really, really appreciate that. So basically, what I want to do now is just literally give you a run through of the page, a bit of a tour of the page, because I think it's just useful to have that little guided tour just to kind of point you in the right direction. So I'm just going to screen share now. Hopefully, you can see my screen. So as you can see, we're really, really close. 126 backers, 79%, and counting. So basically, there's different ways of laying out the page, and some people may be more critical of not having more of the other content higher up. There's different schools of thought. We want to put things high up in terms of the rewards. You can see actually what you can pledge, and as we flow through here, you'll find we've actually added all these mini quotes from the reviewers and various content creators, and you have them in 3 languages. So once again, a reminder, you have the languages here. We've actually made the effort as a small company to completely, have the French, English and German pages, which are, believe me, every single change we do is a lot more work for us, but we're trying to make this as accessible as possible. So there we are. And then I put the video, for those who didn't see it, up here, my first video of these series of videos I'm doing. And then we just scroll through here. You can see this. We'll be updating the visuals soon on this, but that bonus mini expansion, which really brings in another dimension of the Guardians, including a brand new mini boss, which is really cool. So then here more quotes as well, and once again, even though we have these more summarized quotes further down, you have here the review section and so on. You have the full blown videos. You can read the actual a lot more data, a lot more information there, or watch the videos. So just scrolling through here, really we try to capture here some of the key aspects of the game itself, the seasonality aspect, the fact that it's a gateway game, but maybe this has done us a bit of a disservice, because seeing young kids with their father playing a game may turn people off thinking, well, actually it's just for kids or families. It's really a very basic entry level game. No, it's actually very accessible, but you can then add to that and then add the deeper mechanics I mentioned here. But we really want to get kids into this and families having a great fun time, and hopefully in time for Christmas. Multiple routes to victory, as you'll see in gameplay. There's really different ways you can play the game, and it is a push your luck game. You know, you chuck loads of dice, and we love dice chucking. It was a choice, design choice in the beginning with Philip and the team to do that, and but it's a ton of fun, and you obviously can manipulate the dice. And once again, Lola and Sean's video is an example. I mentioned that, but it's just fresh in. Is really great for that to explain. Bit of lore, bit of the characters here, which you can read that, get more of the vibe of the setting as well. More of these review things here, and then just an overview of the gameplay with the game turn, and then all these kind of gameplay summary items of the videos as well. Hopefully, give you a bit of a feel for how the game plays. But you have how to play sections as well. So you have the how to play section, see on the left. Well, there's multiple videos on that, so I won't bore you with all these, but just going through here, another little note there. Some of the extra game modes you can add on. So we like the fact you have these layers, so you can, as a player, a group of players, decide to make the game more difficult, make your opponents more threatening, more powerful, limit the number of story points or reroll tokens, and so on. So really, a la carte, to use a French term, you can really adapt this into your gaming style. Here you have the mailing list, those who want to sign up to get access to emails. And here, obviously, this is just an example. This is the Marauder Pledge with the minis. It's a what's in the box example. And then, of course, you find this in much more detail in each of the rewards. This is just one example we put up there, the kind of mid-range example with all this goodness we have in here. So a ton of stuff. That's not even everything. And then, of course, we get into the actual pledges themselves, which you can look through. I won't bore you with that. You can have a look at those. The add-ons, and we're getting close to, as you saw in an earlier update, we've actually included in the funding goal, you'll have all the deluxe version in terms of the materials, the cards, the box, and so on, with Linen Finish. And then some cool stuff to unlock. And well done, guys. I mean, those who already backed, you had the 100 backer level, you unlocked a bonus card, the Hunter, which is a lot of fun, because actually getting animal hides is tricky. I mean, you have to hunt stuff down. You can't actually get it any other way. This card just brings in that extra layer, bit of extra fun, having an extra encounter card where it may unlock that bit of that resource at a critical moment in the game. And there's another milestone, and look, we're not far off. Another reveal, another milestone. 150 backers. We are so close to that, and it pretty much ties in with the funding as well. So it'll be a double whammy. And then more add-ons, and here I just want to highlight here that you have it was mentioned the STLs come down in terms of price as well. We brought that down, and also here, don't forget here, it's still at 0. This is the add-on, the mini expansion. So don't miss out on this if your intention is to back the game. It's there, it's up for grabs, and it's got some really, really cool new extras in there. Some nice stuff to unleash on your gaming table. Stretch goals, so I know this may seem like a repeat to the ones you have further down, but we just had a schematic here, just an illustration to show some of the really cool stuff that's ahead. There's some incredible stuff here. If we can smash through to a high level of funding, that'd be fantastic. We got some real nice stuff in here. Let you guess what some of these things are, but anyway. So that's for the stretch goals. Why back now? You probably read that before, but we've these are strong reasons for us, in our opinion, to go ahead and back and support us and make this a reality. Then how to play. So I mentioned how to play. So there's a series of videos here. Richard Gender's done a cracking job here out of Sweden on the how to play. And then Alban and his friends actually had a full playthrough in French here. So you got this in English, French, and then you got Philip, the lead game designer on this, giving you a TTS run through, or including some of the advanced mechanics. So those of you are wondering about some of the advanced stuff, it's not all covering here. Lots happened since this video was shot, and we'll be covering that in more detail, but it gives you a flavour for the kind of approach, the philosophy we've had for adding layers to the game. And here's a full game, including I think there's 2 bots if I recall rightly. And then here, testimonials. Don't miss out the testimonials. Great fun. They're in French, but they have subtitles for each of the language pages, and you get a daughter and father opinion on this, and then you get 3 experienced, much more heavyweight gamers give you their opinion, and we really feel there's some valid stuff in there. This was literally, we ran the game, and this was immediately after. It's not scripted. Literally 3 questions. What were your first impression before you played it? What did you like about it? And what was your feedback on it, like or not like? And who would you recommend it to? So the 3 same questions, and these were just spontaneously, literally hot off the press, literally after playing the game. Solo mode here. Don't be fooled by a simple visual here. Once again, and Alban covers it nicely here, and Jean-Mi, sorry. Watch their videos as well. Watch his video, for example. You may need to activate the auto-translate on this. It's in French. It's further down. But basically, we will be doing an extra feature, an extra update, specifically on solo and some of the more advanced gameplay. It will most likely be the next update. Game rules to download here. This is the English version. Once again, it's a draft, so please bear with us. It gives you a really good idea of the game. And let's not forget the miniatures, because that's the reason also for this update. As you'll be seeing in the update itself, there'll be more information about this coming up. We'll be covering that, and the great paint job done by Damien. And then I'll just flick through here. We will be covering, once again, these are upcoming as well, more about the expansion for those who are hesitant. I know at least one person or a couple of people actually who's desperate to learn more about this. We'll be covering that as well. And then the videos. So, great video here by Kimberly Tolson. Really nice kind of playthrough and giving her opinion on the game. And yeah, really appreciate her effort on that. And just literally hot off the press, this came in from Lola and Sean. Mark Monk, great job here, also giving you a flavour, a preview of the game. Alban in France, and then a couple of other guys, Selwyn Ward and the crew from Board's Eye View. We get a 360-degree view, and clicking on this, of the game board. And here again, Jean-Mi from Les Ludiques in France. And Jim, really nice written review here as well. Also, Marcus, our friend from 3D Art Lab in Germany, did a really nice kind of run through here, just a kind of promo video here. And Tim and Luke and Marco, once again, some nice written reviews, which you can have a look at. And this one, actually, this should be on it's already on the German page. We need this in English. That's coming then. The shipping costs here again, with the pickup options as well. And as I said before, for Australia, for example, there's concerns about some of these regions. We're looking to combine some of the shipping and try and bring this down. You know, once we know how many people we have, and we can ship to a single location. The team, us lot. So as you can see, it's a family affair here. You can see here, my wife, my brother, myself, obviously, and Philip, and then the rest of the team, Maisa, the brilliant artists, Dan Miniz, Damien painting, Benoit for photography, and Cleo as community manager. And there we are. So I hope I didn't bore you too much, but hopefully this has been useful. Gives you an idea of where we're at the moment, and have a look inside, because further down inside this update you'll see stuff around the miniatures. That was a request also we had to some time ago, and we've been promising that. So there'll also be the link to the download of the PDF for the tutorial to get teeth into that, flick through that, get excited about getting the miniatures, and the next update will be zooming into gameplay and solo play a bit more, and probably touching on the expansion at some stage. So to give people all the information they need. So once again, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you for all those who backed us. 33 to go. 33 backers to go, guys. And we fund. And this thing becomes a reality. So thanks again. And happy gaming. And all the best. Take care. Bye.